Thank you. My name is Nick, and I'm here to share an innovation around reading. This is something that can help the 750 million people around the world who are functionally illiterate. But at the same time, it's something that can help people like you, who probably spend at least a couple hours a day reading at your computer or on your smartphone, or maybe you've got kids who read a lot for school. This is an enhancement to the reading process that makes it more cognitively efficient. Basically, it makes it easier for your brain to read. So it can improve reading ability for people of all ages and skill levels. Here's what it looks like. So as you can see, the color of the text at the end of one line matches with the beginning of the next line. This pulls your eyes through the text and allows you to read more easily. It works in every language, and the user gets to choose the colors. But importantly, it's simple, effective, and universal. And the combination of these three factors means that we are poised to make an incredible impact in global literacy. It's really important that educational tools be simple, because when they are complicated, as they often are, teachers and students don't end up using them. They end up sitting on the shelf. As you've seen, what we are doing is dead simple, and even 6-year-olds can use this with no instruction whatsoever. More importantly, what we're doing is effective. Independent educational research has shown that young children can improve their reading fluency by over 50% in 1 month using this technique. There are also gains for comprehension, with a study showing that students improved their reading comprehension by triple the expected growth rate. And the benefit for people with dyslexia or attention deficits or vision impairments is often impossible to overstate. For some people, the difference is night and day. Our technique is so effective, it's recommended by doctors at Stanford Medical School and UC Berkeley School of Optometry. And if you can get those two schools to agree on something, that's saying something. But what keeps us going is hearing from people like this. And I have personally witnessed people who were brought to tears the first time they used these tools because it allowed them to read in a way they had never been able to read before. So what we're doing is simple, it's effective, and it's also universal. It works in every character set and language. This is Russian, Chinese, French, and you can use it to read PDFs. There's a browser plugin, there are mobile apps. These tools have been used to read 250 million pages by people in 120 countries around the world. And best of all, they're inexpensive. Just a couple of dollars a month, and for schools, we make it available for a couple of dollars for the whole year. This is 90% less than what a lot of schools are paying for other similar technologies. So this is part of our business model, these consumer tools. We also have a Buy One, Give Five program that benefits students in low-income schools. The other side of our business model is technology licensing. And similar to the consumer side, we also have low-cost options for not-for-profits. Some of our current partners include Reading is Fundamental, which is one of the largest child literacy nonprofits in the world, and Bookshare, which runs the world's largest accessible ebook library. We are working to take a bite out of the global illiteracy challenge. And at scale, we can help at least 100 million people around the world. So if you work in education, media, policy, we would love to work with you. If you work in an organization that has a lot of documents that you produce, or a website with a bunch of text on it, we can help make that content more accessible and easier for everyone to read. At BeeLine Reader, we think that working together, we can take some red out of here by just putting a little red in here. And we invite you to join us. My name is Nick. This is BeeLine Reader. And color is the new black. Thank you.
Yay! Nick, that was great. Come on over. Okay, our acceleration partners, come on up. This is really, really great. And Nick, well, they're coming up. You thought of this when somebody was doing those A/B testing about words that were different colors. You're a linguistics major. I guess you founded it with your cousin.
That's right.
Who's colorblind, and so you can change the colors. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, it was really helpful to have a colorblind person on staff,
Yes.
so we knew how to make it accessible for them also.
Right. And so this, and you're working on business models. So I'm going to hand off to first accelerator Sandra, who will be on the stage tomorrow. Go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sandra Sasso, and I'm going to put my other hat on, which is entrepreneur in residence at Portsmouth University. And Nick, fantastic product. We're coming out of the European sphere. Everybody there is mobile. They're all dealing in different languages that are not usually their native language. Something like this will make their lives so much easier as they move around the European sphere. So, you know, people in education in Europe, if you can do and bring this into the sphere, that would be fantastic. And you're available for download, so all you have to do is download it and get on and use the product.
Okay, Mo.
Thank you. You're doing amazing work, and I'm really excited to, Mo from Startup Bootcamp, Afritech. And I think your solution is really applicable in various communities and industries, and it can empower a lot of people, especially with learning needs, at a very early age. So if you're looking to expand into the African continent, we've got great networks and establishments. Because we do that, we create open collaboration ecosystems across the continent, so we can connect you with corporates, organizations that can help further and advance and implement your solution, and as well, you know, see where else other capacity building can happen.
Thanks. My name is Nina Sharma. I'm the Managing Director at Project Excite at the University of Denver. And I'm also a grad student at the University of Denver, and I have already downloaded BeeLine Reader, and I have blasted through the PDFs I needed to get through this week, which is amazing. So my suggestion for you and for anyone watching is to get libraries to adopt this technology. I think that libraries are the place where you go to learn, and where if they can make reading much more accessible to communities that need it, I think that would be amazing. So if there's anyone listening who can get libraries to adopt this technology, that's my suggestion.
Terrific.
Thanks.
Josh.
And Nick, once again, absolutely brilliant. I love what you're doing. And I'm Josh Burgess. I'm the Vice President of Global Community at Unreasonable Group. And a disclaimer, Nick is an Unreasonable Fellow and an alumni of our partnership with Pearson and the Pearson Literacy Lab. And the reason we believe so strongly in you, and you know, this is sort of a testimonial from our side too, one of my teammates at Unreasonable has struggled with dyslexia his entire life, and he has said this has absolutely changed his life. And we know that that is not the only person around that's happened to. So some really compelling stories. And what we've talked about a lot with Nick is the idea of kind of blended funding, knowing very well that your strong desire is to get this out to disadvantaged populations. What we need to do first is find the producers of tablets and of e-readers and publishing houses who can increase their accessibility, but also increase their profitability by getting this loaded on, and they can then subsidize those access for those who need it the most. And speaking of that, I think we also talked about foundations, and I'd like to just make it a direct appeal to the foundations out there that deal with childhood development, with education, and tackling illiteracy. And look, you should be knocking down Nick's door to get him to provide what you need to give him the resources that he needs to get this out to the world. Nick, fantastic job. Thanks so much.
Thanks. It's really interesting to make the point about business models, because you've self-funded and you're trying to figure out, seats and different ways to go out there. And so really having acceleration teammates to coach and help, whether they're corporate, foundation, others, blended models. There's so many business models that are coming, and you're trying different ones. It's so essential that we continue to all evolve. We have very large amounts of money, in our government and our systems that are using older methodologies. We can upgrade that, kind of called dust off the old budget and use the new system. So there's really great ways, and it's amazing to be here at the UN with such a universal solution that could affect the lives of every human being. So thank you so much, and congrats, and thank you, Acceleration Partners, always for being here. Great.
Thank you.